Hello everyone, welcome back to another topic. Today in this video we are going to talk about VPC, which stands for Virtual Private Cloud. A VPC is a secure, isolated private network hosted within a public cloud. Okay, now before we get into its technical detail, it's really important to understand what a cloud is. A cloud is a collection of servers in a building that store and manage data, run applications, and provide computing services on behalf of businesses. This cloud is for everyone to use. That's why it's called a public cloud. Let's take an example for a better understanding. Let's say you have a company and you want to run applications such as email, database, and web pages. To do this, you need to spend a lot of money and time to maintain your own servers inside the company to run such applications. Alternatively, you can use a public cloud, which means you can go with cloud service providers to use their servers to run your applications instead of building and maintaining your own servers. I hope you got the basic idea of what a cloud is, right? Now keep in mind, public cloud is a third-party service provider that provides computing services to the public. Some famous cloud service providers are Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, Microsoft Azure, IBM Cloud, and a few more. Okay, now here is the important part of the topic. What is the difference between a public cloud and a virtual private cloud? As I mentioned earlier, a VPC is the creation of a secure, isolated private network within a public cloud. A VPC is created because it offers isolation and security. The main reason for creating a VPC is that in public cloud, computing services are shared among other customers who are using the public cloud. However, on the other side, in a VPC, computing services are not shared with the public cloud. So technically, a VPC is the creation of a secure and logically isolated network within the public cloud, which ultimately delivers better security and convenience to its customers. So as an example, imagine a public cloud as a crowded restaurant and a virtual private cloud as a reserved table in that crowded restaurant. Even though the restaurant is full of people, a table with a reserved sign on it can only be accessed by the party who made the reservation. Similarly, a public cloud is crowded with various cloud customers accessing computing resources, but a VPC reserves some of those resources for use by only one customer. Let's take a different scenario. Imagine that a cloud provider's infrastructure is a residential apartment building with multiple families living inside. Being a public cloud, tenant is similar to sharing an apartment with a few roommates. In contrast, having a VPC is like having your own private condominium. No one else has the key, and no one can enter the space without your permission. A VPC allows an enterprise to define and control a virtual network that is logically isolated from all other public cloud tenants, creating a private, secure space on the public cloud. A VPC customers can run code, store data, host websites, and do anything else they could do in an ordinary private cloud. But the private cloud is hosted remotely by a public cloud provider. Not all private clouds are hosted in this fashion. Virtual private clouds combine the scalability and convenience of public cloud computing with the data isolation of private cloud computing. Now the question is, how do you isolate or create a VPC within a public cloud? Well, a virtual private cloud's logical isolation is implemented by using virtual network functions and security features that give an enterprise customer great control over which IP addresses or cloud applications can access particular resources. This function is similar to the friends only or public-private controls on social media accounts that restrict who can or cannot see your public posts. The key technologies for isolating a VPC from the rest of the public cloud are subnets, VLANs, and VPN. Let's suppose you have a business and you want to use VPC. What would you do? You would go to cloud service provider and in their public cloud you would create your own VPC. In a VPC you would be able to create and configure the whole network including subnets, gateways, VLANs, servers, routing tables, etc. Keep in mind, this is all done virtually, not physically. And the good thing is that you can even create multiple networks in your virtual private cloud. For example, let's say your business wants to create two different networks in a VPC. This is done by creating two different subnets in a VPC. One network for hosting web pages and other network for database. And you will give both networks different IP address block to separate the traffic. Now as you know, web pages are accessed from the internet. So that network requires an internet connection and this would be a public subnet. And you would also need a virtual gateway and routing tables to allow the traffic coming in and going out of the network. However, since the database has private information, it should not be accessed from the public internet. So this subnet would be a private subnet and there is no need to configure internet gateway. But your business still needs to access the database and this is done by creating a VPN. VPN uses encryption to create a private network over the top of a public network. VPN traffic passes through publicly shared internet routers and switches, but the traffic is scrambled and cannot be seen. A VPC will have a dedicated subnet and VPN that are only accessible by the VPC customer. This prevents anyone else within the public cloud from accessing computing resources within the VPC. Okay, now here are some key features of a VPC. Isolation. Your network and resources are logically separated from other cloud tenants, even though they run on shared physical hardware. Control. You define the virtual network's architecture, including IP address groups, subnets, gateways, and firewall rules. Security. You can create public subnets for web servers and private subnets for databases, controlling traffic flow and access with rules. Hybrid connectivity. Easily connect your VPC to your own premises data center using a VPN for secure hybrid cloud environments. What are the benefits of a VPC? Flexibility and scalability. Easily adopt your network as your needs grow. Enhanced security, strong data isolation, and customizable access controls. Cost effective, avoids hardware and maintenance costs of a physical private data center. Familiarity, simulates traditional network setups, making migration easier. One last thing to mention is that VPC falls under the infrastructure as a service category. Alright, so with that, this brings me to the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.